Hey, we back in the building, man. Gotta wake up, man. If y'all listen to this in the early morning, wake your ass up, man. Get out that bed. It's time to roll, son. It's time to listen to the Yanks Talk Ball podcast. We back in the building. Hope all y'all are doing well. Hope the start to your new year has been very well so far. We're, again, well off to the races in this new year with all this football. All this stuff has been happening. And, of course, I'm here with the squad yet again. You know what I'm saying? Let's run through it real quick. Shout outs to No Chill Gene. He's in the building with us. What's going on?
What's up? You said with the squad, but someone missing, man.
Hey,
we don't know where
somebody went to Cancun. Like he lost in the playoffs or something like that. I don't know what's good with dude, but it seemed like he wanted to be with the NFL players or something like that. He wanted to talk footy today.
I think he went to go meet up with the Cowboys or something. I think he wanted to meet up with them or something.
I was just saying if some of those Cancun picks leak.
Hey, that's that. We talk about that OnlyFans, brother. I'm just saying. Was it me?
Yeah,
it wasn't me.
Go a week without talking about OnlyFans.
That wasn't me. I was the first person to initiate it this time. It's everybody else.
I swore today to not do anything. Like I'm not gonna comment. No susness.
I'm sorry.
And
no,
boom,
I'm sorry. The lamp is right there, bro. The alley's right there. It's Lob City. It's Lob City, and I'm Blake Griffin. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Anyways, but how you doing, fam?
Who's Blake Griffin's baby mama?
Hey, don't worry about that.
Wrong sport.
Yeah, facts, wrong sport. Yeah.
Wait. I'm sure Blake Griffin probably invested in football by now. No?
Sure, most of them have at this point, but nah. You doing good though, Gene? How you feeling?
I'm chilling, man.
Good.
Just ready for some footy to get back in action. Because right now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I know there's a lot of stuff going on. AFCON, everything's going on. But I'm gonna be honest. I feel like I haven't watched football in 2 weeks.
It's crazy.
There's just something missing. You know what I'm saying? I like watching the Brentford game. There's just something missing. I don't know if it's United getting out of everything.
Toney ball in a few weeks.
He's waiting on the miracle to come back.
No, that's what I'm saying. My happiness is at an all-time high right now. So maybe that's what it is. As soon as I see that, it might go back down.
The mental health and football fandom is an inverse relationship. You can't have one with the other, man. But it is what it is. But also in the building with us, we got Chase back with us. How you feeling, fam?
Some are calling tomorrow a legacy game, and I'd have to agree. So I'm looking forward to it. Chelsea Middlesbrough back against the walls. I'm ready to go.
Against the walls.
Yeah, that's so man.
Carrick FC.
Very happy it's 2 legs. I had no idea after that first leg.
So. 8-0 Chelsea, by the way.
We'll talk about it.
Insane.
We won't talk about it. So, yeah, Chelsea 8-0.
Insane. And last but certainly not least this week, we got Phil Talks Ball. He's back with us. You know what I'm saying? Got the low-key, the MJ cut on. How you feeling, dog?
I didn't want to say that.
Yeah,
he got that shit on. He got that shit on. You know what I mean?
So this is an Adidas jacket, bro.
Nah, it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it.
There's no silkiness whatsoever.
I thought he was about to let out a Shimon. I thought he was about to let that out mid podcast.
Yeah, feeling good, bro. I mean, football's been good lately. Unlike Gene's perspective, I feel like I've been seeing a lot. You know, there's so much going on in the world, all over the planet, and it's been good lately.
Definitely. We're going to get into what we've been seeing over the past at least week or so in the football world. But first, we got to stop in, you know what I'm saying, with some main courses. The Prem, we got to talk about some of the marquee fixtures that have happened over the past few days. There's a couple places we definitely want to start. Dang, where should we start? Should we start with what? The league leaders? You know what I'm saying? A quick slapping of some Eagles. You know what I'm saying? Some foam. I don't know where y'all want to start.
Let's start Bournemouth.
We could do foam last. We could do.
All right, cool. So yeah, we'll stop at Bournemouth first. It was Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 4 at the Vitality. Again, was demolition. It looked like there was some spells where Bournemouth could, but just Liverpool were just too much for them today, or just that day. So I mean, to break it down, from what y'all saw, how y'all feel about how that went down?
Hey man, when the first 90 seconds of that game kicked off, I was nervous. Bournemouth started like a house on fire, and I could see the script already being written of one of those games where Liverpool just away from home, slow start. It was almost an exact replica of how Bournemouth started at Anfield earlier this season. just started like a house on fire, and then I was waiting on one of these attacks. The early goal was going to come. Like I was giving it 10 minutes max before Bournemouth scored. But after those first, I don't know, 90 seconds to 3 minutes around there, Liverpool weathered the storm, calmed the crowd down a bit, and then for the rest of the 45, it was kind of even without either team really threatening much. But at that point, I wasn't too worried. My worry would have been conceding an early goal. At this point, I've gotten so used to Liverpool having average first halves, and then just coming out the gates a different monster, a different beast in the second half. It's happened so many times. I mean, just recently, the FA Cup game against Arsenal, the League Cup semi-final first leg against Fulham, just the other week. This and I could probably list more and more and more.
First half against United, it was a sus game.
Well, I mean, the second half wasn't much better from Liverpool that day either. But even like the Wolves match earlier this season, there's just so many and even going just years back in the archives, the amount of times where Klopp does something. I don't know what he does. It's not as if he makes substitutions. It's not as if much changes tactically. I mean, this game, the only notable tactical change was that Nunez moved from the left wing to up front, and then Jota moved to the right, and Diaz moved back to the left in the second half. And things looked a bit more fluid, but I don't even know if I would say that was the main catalyst for the second half. I think things just clicked a bit more into gear. And this game, I was nervous. I was nervous about this. Bournemouth were literally the most informed team in the Premier League coming into this match week. Gene can tell you how well they've been playing after their performance at Old Trafford. They've just been on a run, and it's one of those away games that, I don't even want to disrespect Bournemouth by calling it a potential banana skin, because they're genuinely a good team, and this was a tough one. So yeah, to come out of it with a win, I would have been buzzing, even with a jammy 1-0 win with some cheap deflection in the 75th minute or whatever. So to come out with a 4-0 win in the second half was just, I couldn't have dreamt of a better result. It was incredible. That second half performance was probably the best, or one of the best I've seen from Liverpool this season.
Mm-hmm. Give you some hope in the life behind Salah or after Salah? Starting to kind of get a taste of that?
Well, I mean, to be fair, every time Salah goes to AFCON, Liverpool tends to do pretty well. Like a couple seasons ago, Liverpool was like 7-9 or something points behind City, right as Mane and Salah left to the African Cup of Nations. And then that ended up oddly being almost the time of the year that Liverpool kicked on and went on this crazy winning run, and then closed the gap to 1 point with City, and then that's how we had that crazy title run in. So, I don't want to jinx it, knock on wood, but I wasn't too worried about Salah leaving, just because when Liverpool is actually playing well, they seem to be able to find a way. And it helps that Jota's come back from injury, and he's come back like a man possessed. I mean, his goals and assists, his numbers since coming back from injury have just been wild. And he just looks hungry to keep producing. Nunez is always chaos. And then Diaz just needs to pick up form a bit. So there's enough, and of course Gakpo coming off the bench is another option. So there's more players currently than Liverpool's ever had to be able to fill that spot with Salah out. And actually his AFCON aside, his hamstring injury now is looking to be worse than they initially thought.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It might be around a month. So that's that is a concern. As much as I think Liverpool can manage to an extent without him, you obviously want your world-class players back on the pitch. And I'm gutted for him too, because he's probably gonna miss all of the African Cup of Nations, except maybe the final if Egypt makes it. But I just can't see them making it without him.
Hey man, don't doubt on Nenny, bro. Don't doubt on Nenny, man.
Nah, if anyone is Trezeguet is gonna
I'm joking.
pull him out. That guy was on one.
Yeah.
I want to see you guys play Bournemouth, Old Trafford. That's what I want to see. Play them there. Let's see if you guys get that result.
The neutral venue.
Play them at Old Trafford.
That's what Old Trafford is at this point. It's a neutral venue. So
Not for Chelsea.
That's crazy.
Yeah, for Chelsea, Old Trafford is a scary hour.
That's
everyone.
It's the scariest place on earth.
Middlesbrough is scary hours, so we're not worried about that.
I'm dead. I'm about to say
we have to talk Arsenal. That defense.
All I want to say about the Liverpool game is, again, I talked about it in the text chat, and I was trying to contextualize what I was trying to think of or what I was seeing from Liverpool. And it's this is a common theme, and I feel like this has been for the past however long Klopp has been there, probably just about that, even longer. There's always this the sense of clinical nature with at least 3 players on the pitch at one time, at least throughout a good half of his tenure, especially when shit picked up, you know what I'm saying, late 2018, 19 and stuff, when they started to get recognized as real title challengers. I feel like no matter how a game swings, Liverpool, out of everybody else in the league, have probably one of the strongest, probably them and City. But I feel like sometimes, you know what I'm saying, Liverpool is like just as much, if not more so, has that clinical nature where it doesn't matter. It can be one half a chance, a little sliver. You know what I'm saying? If they're on a break and stuff gets there, any half a chance, a glint, they'll score. And it just settles everything, bro. I don't want to say the Bournemouth were like, from a performance standpoint, were like completely blown away until the second half. I feel like there was chances for them to, you know, get there, but they didn't. But just like took those little moments to open up the game. But when it was like 3 minutes after and stuff like that, just one little move here and just open, you know what I'm saying? And from there they're off, and then you get hit with 4 and you don't even know where it came from for real. You know what I mean? I feel like
I can't remember Bournemouth having anything in the second half.
Nah.
There was that one like deflected shot that I think Tavernier had, but it never really caused an issue.
But it was dead. But
the second half was just all Liverpool.
Yeah, and it's just like the one goal that just knocks the wind out of people's sails, and Liverpool just keep doing what they want to do. And it's just like, it's just the uncanny ability of clinical nature in so many of their players. Again, Nunez was like, he was on it. You know what I'm saying? He was kind of breakdancing for the second goal, but damn it, he scored it. You know what I'm saying? So
that was a great finish, man.
Bro was on the front way. He was trying to do the little turn and stuff when he was breakdancing, and he still scored it.
A game that Darwin Nunez overperforms his XG is a dangerous game to play. That's all I'm going to say.
I think Liverpool also gets to play with a little more freedom because of the back line and the fact, I mean, Konate, Virgil, and Allison, like, there's no better than that. Clearly, they've conceded the least amount of goals in the league. So I think those kind of, like you're saying, the clinicalness, I think that's true, but also they almost have extra.
Yeah, but they've compensated so
even
well.
They have injuries in the back though. They could go. They played that guy that before the season. Yeah, and then bro is the same thing.
And
it's
honestly,
like there's no difference. They could switch with whoever. And
I mean, Gomez is playing left back now. Really, as long as I mean, like you said, it really can anyone. But if you have Virgil, Konate, and Allison, it really
and that's the platform. Again, if you have a good defensive platform, and I feel like it's also Klopp adjusting because again,
Virgil and Allison. That's all they need.
Yeah, but Konate is.
But
awesome.
you got to put respect on Konate.
I agree
for
with
his
what you're saying with Kwanzaa though, but that's more so how. Like the fact that Kwanzaa is also really good. Like I don't think
but
drop it.
But you guys back. Could get like
Konate has been incredible since he's come back from injury, since maybe early December.
And I can agree.
Like the 2 matches against Arsenal and just did you see the tackle he made?
Yeah, that's
when
the
it was
Martinelli tax, bro.
When it was 3-0 against Bournemouth, just to keep, and the way him and Virgil were celebrating not conceding a goal at 3-0 up just to keep the clean sheet. I mean. It was reminiscent of Konate's performance against Morocco at the World Cup in the semifinal. Like sometimes he just turns into an absolute tank, like a wall that just cannot be breached.
Listen, I don't disagree with you, but I think that even if you guys don't have him, you guys are still gonna win your games. I mean, you guys showed it when you guys didn't have him. You guys are still winning your games. You know, it's just
I'm not
how it is. As long as you have that Virgil and Alisson, you're chilling. If you lose one of those, and that's when I think even if you have Konate. There's no one that could do a Virgil.
I think Virgil and Alisson are they're still the main 2. Yeah.
I just think beyond that though, you got to give credit to Klopp because again, beginning of the season, I think all of us were talking about like, yo, they don't have a recognized 6, they don't have this, they don't have that. It might be a little bit techie, you know what I'm saying? Endo's at Asia Cup right now, but McAllister and the way Klopp has adapted the team to again be more compact and you know what I'm saying will provide McAllister with a good environment and individually McAllister being able to help in that defensive format. He looked really good. Again, I think he was highlighted a lot.
He was player of the match for me. I know Jota got it for his 2 goals and an assist, and Nunez scored.
He was lights out, man.
But McAllister
on
was
both fronts.
Unreal. Like on top of the just keeping the ball and his vision and his passing and the way he can maneuver out his dangerous spots.
Man got stuck
in. That guy, his ball recoveries, I didn't know how good he was at it until he signed for Liverpool, and I was seeing him in preseason, and I think that's what surprised Klopp too. And he was like, I can use this guy in the 6 because as long as he's like we all know, obviously he's not like N'Golo Kante. He's not going to be good running into covering a lot of space with runners running past him. But when it comes to just like winning the ball off of someone, being on the front foot, stabbing the ball out, poking the ball out. He's so good at it. Like it's a really underrated attribute to his game. Yeah. And this was head and shoulders his best performance since he signed. Like it was an unreal
I
midfield performance. Man.
I would tend to agree. And again, I feel like that's down to him being an individual, being as good as he is, and also down to Klopp. I feel like how you guys approach the game defensively, again, like crushing down some space and being compact between, again, the big behemoths in Konate and Van Dijk, you know what I'm saying? They getting close to it, and McAllister can just either people are slowing up to try and size up what they're going to do with the two center backs or the fullbacks who are, ahead of them, and McAllister can kind of creep in, poke the ball out, and make something happen. I think a lot of that is credit to how you've adapted with just Klopp making those changes. So it's like, the need for a 6 that we were talking about at the beginning of the season is like, the problem.
I still think they need it. I think
it's not showing up right now.
Opponents though, it doesn't show when you're playing teams like this though. Like it's still like it's a lot different when you're the superior opponent keeping the ball.
Yeah, that's true. But you got to beat what's in front of you though.
But again, was the starting number 6 at the Etihad Stadium, which is the most difficult game of the season. And that was probably his second best performance.
I don't think it's sustainable. But again, I mean, you don't really need that for however many games. Most of the time, Liverpool's going to be dominating possession, and like you said, he really doesn't. With those two guys behind him too, you're more there to dictate play and poke a couple balls out. But I think I could see.
I didn't even think that was
an issue.
Beginning of the season wise, I just thought that just what team can just revamp their whole midfield within one season and it just works off rip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To me, it was not just the 6; it was the whole midfield. It's just everyone out. All these guys in, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And even worked so quickly.
And even now, bro. Again, he didn't have Szoboszlai. He didn't have and Endo at Asia Cup. You know what I'm saying? He started with Curtis Jones. He started with McAllister. Who was Elliott? Elliott, yeah. It was Elliott on the other side. So it's like they just understand.
Even then, was Elliott was like he would get I'm sure last season he was getting a decent amount of games, but
he's
still
getting a couple looks in. But now
I didn't think you were like, oh, he's gonna start for Liverpool.
I'd say his game time has probably been similar this season to last season. Like he's still a bit.
I don't think he's a starter
on the fringes, but Curtis Jones, a huge part of the midfield revamp has been how much progress he's made in the past 10 months or so.
He's good, man.
Since the tail end of last season, he's just like finally starting to mature into the player that the most impatient Liverpool fans wanted him to be 3 years ago. It's like, relax. He was 19 years old, starting to play for the Premier League champions at the time, and people expected him to be like present day Thiago. It was just a ridiculous level of expectation, and you could always see how good of a footballer he was. He just needed time to, mature as a player and start to figure out how he can best affect games with the skill set he has. And like you're seeing it now. Like I think at this point he's in Liverpool's best midfield. Even when Endo's there, even when Szoboszlai's there.
I would say, what's your starting midfield trio?
Everyone's fit, everyone's available. Who's like what? Is it like Champions League final? Like what's the?
You need last of the season.
The death beam is pointed at Liverpool.
Yep.
Honestly, yeah.
You guys need the win.
The biggest game possible, I think.
Last second of the game.
Yeah, I think the best midfield right now is McAllister 6, Curtis, and Szoboszlai. But I could be convinced into starting Endo with the 6, and then McAllister and Curtis Jones. Yeah. Like honestly, Curtis Jones has been more consistent than Szoboszlai this season. While Szoboszlai's had crazy highs, Curtis hasn't put like less than a 7 out of 10 in any match.
I feel like Szoboszlai goes some games.
Yeah, he can be a bit like his passing and stuff can get pretty inconsistent sometimes in the 90, but he's capable of the spectacular, which is why I would maybe want to start him in a Champions League final.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good option to have, and Gravenberch, once he gets in form, has a really strong push into getting into that strongest midfield. And real quick, before we move on from Liverpool, I just want to say Darwin Núñez had an incredible number 9 performance against Bournemouth, which he's had so many times this season, and now he had 2 goals on top of that performance. And I think people, like when people slander Darwin Núñez, like I don't think they understand that if he scored the chances people get on his case to score, he would literally be one of the top 5 strikers in
the world,
just because of how well he does everything else. So like you're not even talking about like a flop to good signing. You're talking about an elite number 9 if he was as clinical as, I don't know, Harry Kane, for instance. So yeah.
Like, if he was 70% of what Harry Kane was in front of goal,
right? If he was scoring 80% more of his chances, he would be insane, absolutely insane. So,
but again, that's what we thought it was gonna happen. Though we saw him what he did in the Champions League against Alisson, the best keeper, that 1v1. That I know for sure. Klaus like, yo, we need that guy right now. He saw that pace, he saw that finishing. I just don't understand like why it's not there. Like that's always been a part of his game, even in the Portuguese league.
I think he gets in his own head. Like I think he looks like one of those people who just everything just Like he lets it.
Then
sit
how
in his
does he
brain.
do everything else like how he used to, except for that part? I mean,
It's
I get
moments.
that.
It's
the
moments,
most
man.
pressure.
It's moments, man. It's the
When he
game is
doesn't have
always
to
about
think about the
moments, especially
finish,
for
his finishes
strikers.
are usually very good.
Yeah.
Like it's when he has time, when he feels the expectation that I need to score this
Yeah.
one-on-one or whatever.
Boom.
So I'm not going to be one of those people that says, now that he scored, he'll score 10, 20, 30. Like, cause we've seen this happen before that, like, it doesn't
Newcastle.
really get going. Yes, yeah. So I'm just hoping that he gets some kind of a rhythm going. I don't know if Salah being away might help him.
Yeah.
Because, like, the play just works differently. Jota's not looking to score as much. He's eager to.
Do you guys have any key matchups this month? Where
Liverpool's in
Salah's
a
not
crazy
gonna
run
be
of fixtures. Yeah, next Premier League match is Chelsea at Anfield. After that is Arsenal.
They got us.
Easy.
They got us.
Well,
Top
okay,
of
so
February.
Arsenal. You can skip Chelsea.
But it's still a big notable match. Like if Nunez scores against Chelsea, it's a big deal.
Well, I'm sure Jakaka will score that game. It's not gonna really mean anything. So, but no, that's what I'm saying. I want to see him against I want to see him in if you guys have performance of the season without Salah against Arsenal, it'll be and him scoring and stuff like that.
And that's a way.
I wouldn't question Salah. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying
You have some faith in
you throw that focus into him. It's damn, is it does it work better? Obviously, any team needs Salah in it. If you have Salah, he's always gonna start. But it's just gonna raise those questions. You know what I'm saying? It's
At least at minimum some faith in if we don't have Salah, can we still see something through?
I mean, we did also just beat Arsenal in the FA Cup without Salah,
which is true.
Yeah, but I think
I'm hoping, I'm praying Trent is back by then. There's just.
Yeah.
I don't think there's we really
I'm
know
just saying,
when his knee injury might recover. Because they said that he'd probably be back, but those things can be delayed.
Yeah.
That 200 mil from Saudi, it might be accepted during the summer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about the summer with Salah. I have no idea. what's gonna happen. I just have the faith that if Liverpool accepts that 200 million, by the grace of God, they will
Mbappe
make it up to us with something insane. I'm not even gonna put that name in the
it has to be Mbappe.
I can't. It's just one of those signings I just can't. It makes too much.
I've been saying it forever.
It's too good to be true. It's too good to be true. It makes too much sense. It's too high profile. I can't. Liverpool's never made a signing like Mbappe, ever. The best player in the world.
Darwin Núñez, bro. A couple years,
Come on, man. Come on. No.
That's levels.
He was being compared to Haaland. He was.
No, you can't. If anything, you can maybe compare signing Núñez to signing Osimhen, maybe. But even still, Osimhen's a higher profile. But Mbappe would just that's a world all eyes on me type.
That's
signing.
that's Zidane to Madrid. That's Neymar.
Yeah, that's
to
the Galactico signing. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just how.
I can only see Mbappe leaving PSG to go to Madrid. I just can't see him coming to the Prem, especially not to Liverpool.
I mean, he's been linked to what? To Arsenal, to United,
to every damn body.
Everyone but Chelsea. He's never gonna join.
No, I've heard Chelsea get thrown out.
You could hear whatever that. I don't think that would make sense.
And Kunku, the French connection already there, it would make sense.
Oh my. Yeah.
We'd have to have Agent Konate to bring him over.
Also,
that's the only thing I could think of.
You gotta think he's such a high profile guy. Does he really want to live in Liverpool? He's one way.
That's true. Going from Paris to Liverpool.
Yeah, London's Paris, London. That's the level he's got to go to.
That's a real thing. Foreign players think about that a lot. They don't want to live in. They don't want to live in Manchester.
Then he's gonna
they don't want to live in
look.
Liverpool.
Chelsea or Arsenal? Oh, Chelsea's offering me 55 years and paying me 100K a week, or Arsenal for 300K for 5 years. He's gonna go to Arsenal.
It's either Madrid or PSG or insane thing with Saudi, but I can't see him coming.
He already declined the Saudi thing. I don't think.
But that was a year ago, man. They had a couple more millions. They say these more Instagram posts. They say a couple more mil per Instagram post, bro.
That's crazy. All right. We get getting off topic though. We can reel it back though. So all right. So that's pretty much our talk on Liverpool though.
Yeah.
Because I got nothing else on them. But yeah, they sit top of the league.
Would you take Henderson back?
That's insane.
Move on.
With that, we can move on to the next match here. So I guess we can talk about the other game that happened just down a couple hours south. A 5-0 victory for Arsenal over Crystal Palace at home. I can open up the floor. Anybody else want to talk about that?
For Roy.
Sleepy Roy, man. Sleepy Roy.
Pathetic defending. Maybe some of the worst defending I've ever seen this season. Just all around.
What do you mean, bro? The tacticals, bro. 3-2-5 press. Roy, come on, man.
the corners, the both Martinelli goals. It was shocking.
Yeah, it was.
I thought it was
they
just a
didn't do
replay. I thought they were just showing the replay of the goal.
I ain't gonna lie. That was
before getting
Control
into
C,
the
Control
before
V.
Trey starts talking about Arsenal, that Martinelli's first goal. What the hell was Eze doing? He saw that lazy roulette, and then he just kind of just like, bro, he was drunk.
He was finished
on the pitch.
He was finished at the end of the match, bro. He did all he could. That was the only player on Crystal Palace I can give some credit, because in the game he was the only one that created somewhat danger. He was tired, Robbie. He was done.
Yeah, which is what makes it so funny. Like you just see him do that, it's like, man, free my brother, bro. He does not want to do that.
Facts, bro.
Yeah.
He is
I said what I
hating
wanted
his
to
life
say.
without Elise.
Sleepy Roy got to
Crazy.
get out of there.
Yeah,
enjoy
alright.
his retirement.
Go crazy now, Trey.
You know,
Yeah. Just to speak briefly on the game, glad to see we scored 5 goals. I'm very glad that happened. You know what I'm saying? That's all I needed. Good performances all around. I talked in depth about that on another channel for another time, but I'm just glad we scored 5 goals and put stuff in the back of the net. That's all I cared about from this game today. That's really all I needed. 3 points, as much goals as we can to show we can do it. That's cool. My problem is, after this game, the amount of people, specifically other Arsenal fans on the timeline, complaining, talking about win, lose, or draw. I'm still Arteta out. This, that, and the third. Oh, this person didn't put this one pass. That person didn't put this one thing. They're still complaining right after a 5-0 win. Directly after. I'm like, what more do you want?
That? Who said win, lose, draw, or
They
touch
should.
out?
They know who. No. They know who they are. Somebody who's on the Arsenal football spaces, and I'm just like, there's no objectivity anymore. I'm like, bro, it sucks that I have to say that I understand why a lot of fan bases pick on Arsenal fans so much, because we make it easy. A lot of people on the Arsenal fan base make it easy because they want to be victimized. They want to be either right all the time or victimized or have some type of clout. And they realize the easiest way to do it on the internet is making fun of Arsenal. And I'm like, yo, you can't stand on business as a fan and just be like, yo, defend your club, support your club. We had a whole 5-0 win. I don't care who's the opposition. I don't care who it is. We're getting back on track, and we're actually scoring the goals that we at least should have. And we're trying to fix a problem that's been plaguing us for the past month. If you can't take
Can
that
we
as
address the elephant in the room, though?
wait. Nah, if you're gonna get
GA
off
for
topic,
Saka? Oh, sorry.
oh my,
Go ahead.
that's the elephant in the
before we
room.
get
I'm
off
dead.
topic, I want to talk. What if this is just a little quick pump for Arsenal?
And-
You guys do this, and the next game is back to what it was the past month.
And it could be. But the fact that a 5-0 win, the direct response that is elicited from a lot of these fans is, oh, still want them out, still blah, 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 still this, that, third. Negative, and still picking at people, blah, blah, blah. Like, some people still talking about...
If you're not enjoying your team winning 5-0, then stop watching football.
Some people still talking about
What
Havertz.
are you doing at that point?
Some people talking about Havertz. I'm like, what is he doing with this game? What does he have to do with this? Like, it's baffling to me. You know what I mean? I get you can be sad in some moments that they didn't score this, or you know what I'm saying, a little bit ashamed. You know what I'm saying? You want to get my honest opinion? This performance-wise, we had a better game versus West Ham, but we didn't really score any goals and we lost in the game because we created better chances and we controlled a lot of the game. Just the goals got away from us. But we scored 5 goals. I'm going to be happier with this game because we got the performance and we got the goals, of course. But people are still going to be in the mind state of, oh, we have to be perfect. We had to be this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. Oh, Liverpool are a better club, blah, blah, blah. Jurgen Klopp's a better manager than Mikel Arteta. I'm like, okay, first and foremost, no shit. Jurgen Klopp's a better manager than Mikel Arteta. This is his first fucking job. I feel like people seem to forget that shit sometimes.
Sorry, I back everything you're saying, but some of the people who forgot that were Arsenal fans last season. Some of the stuff I heard them saying, oh my god.
And they're bugging. I would have said that back then too. They're bugging. People hold no objectivity and context over anything, especially in the sense of Arsenal. And it makes no sense to me. Y'all can't even enjoy your own club no more. Y'all not real fans. Y'all can't enjoy that. All you complain. I'm like, come on, son.
In my head right now and ask me last time Manchester United scored 5 goals in one match, I would be dead right now. So yeah, these guys should be on their knees and thank the Almighty for being able to see your team score 5.
It's not even about being an Arsenal fan anymore. It's about being right to some of these people. And that's the thing that kills me, bro. Why do you want to be right so bad? Why do you want some likes on Twitter? You don't even got Twitter Blue. You don't even get paid for this. What's wrong with you? Like you're getting no residual income from being a dummy. You getting no cash back from being an absolute dickhead on the timeline. Like, nobody care. I was in them spaces over the past couple of days listening to some of these people, bro. I seen people cussing at each other. Arsenal fans cussing at each other. People getting live in there. Some Arsenal fans was mad, calm, whatever, letting people pass, and he was cussing at anybody who came into space trying to be rational. I was like, what? What's going on here? I see the man get cussed out. A Man United fan came into a space, and if you see this, y'all know who y'all talking about. I was about to say, a Man United fan who was very objective. He was giving serious, like, actual takes on the game. Had no business being in there, but he showed up anyways. And the one dude who was like, just quiet, calm, blah, blah, he started talking shit to the Man United fan. And the Man United guy sparked him on the timeline for a whole 5 minutes. In the whole space, call him a bitch ass, blah, 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 beep, beep. He going crazy on him. And I agreed, because I'm like, bro, how can you speak with such volatility about Arsenal and provide no objective view? How can you do that? How can you do that?
This is why Arsenal gets bantered so much. Because
I agree.
Their fans are so...
It's fair weather. It's
so
fair
extreme.
weather.
They're so extreme either
every
direction.
time. Every time, and it pisses me off because I'm like, guys,
Yep.
you guys are acting like this is the first time we've been in any type of, like, again, hunt for anything. Every season, it's the same story over and over again. Either we're gonna win the league, win the treble, win the quadruple, or relegation. Everybody sacked, everybody on the top level. There's no in between. There's no breaks in between heaven and hell for y'all. I'm like, where do y'all get a rest? Where do you guys get peace in your lives?
Elon Musk, as much controversial, he might have had a point on this whole pay to have Twitter type thing, because some motherfuckers, you got to start charging some of these motherfuckers to have an account on there, man, because or it's gonna get worse and worse and worse, bro. Whew.
Dog, it kills me, and I'm like, how many times are we gonna go through the same loop? Because again, a lot of this happened last season. Everybody was on the high horse, but as soon as stuff started going left, people didn't want to stand on business. They started, again, pointing fingers at everybody and this, that, and the third. And I get it. I get it. There's reasons, there's criticism, there's valid actual analysis and your feelings that can be invested in this. But when y'all going straight volatile and providing no backup plans or whatever, just spewing bullshit and not saying anything objective, this is just like, what are you doing here, bro?
What I think it is, the people who you think of in your mind who support Arsenal, like big creators and stuff like that, as soon as you think of them, you're like, they're just banter, bro. Like, none of them, like, you know what I'm saying?
That's the thing, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Most of these big creators who support Arsenal, they either chill support and be quiet or don't say nothing. It's the people who are in the spaces every day in the trenches. And again, there are again. Well, Troops is a creator that does, again. He says what he says and whatever. Yes, and he's one of the people on the negative side that help promote that stuff a lot of times. And I'm like, bro, we just got to take it week to week, chill out. And a lot of people are like that, but there are also a lot of cool people who are keeping it objective. Again, like an AFC Dylan, Gunnar King. You know what I'm saying? Just off the top of my head,
I like James from
James as well. He keeps it real over there. There was a dude who was on there as well from a long time ago called
Turkish,
like Shaws.
Turkish
usually keeps it cool.
Who's this new guy that does like all these crazy TikToks? Maddie something that's been doing like these TikTok like movies recently.
I know you're talking about. I forgot his name, but yeah.
Nah, this guy goes,
shout out
Rainy Night in 2013. But I think he's an Arsenal fan. I think he's pretty objective when he's talking about
Rainy Night in 2013.
Yeah.
Nah, like he does like TikTok, like he does movies of like stuff that happened in the Premier League, like Jamie Vardy type stuff.
Okay. I thought you were saying Arsenal focus. I was like, bro, what?
No. But he's an Arsenal fan, and when he speaks about it, like he's usually objective with it.
But yeah, like folks like that, folks like shout out to Sundev on Twitter. Sundev is a person I know. He's super cool. He provides pretty objective opinions. AK
that man Trip.
Yeah, me on the damn timeline. I provide some objectivity. Shout out to full-time Trip. Shout out to a dude named Femi on the Arsenal timeline as well. He pops up a lot and he gets slandered a lot for trying to be objective and trying to just ask why. And I rate him a lot just for at least standing up on business and trying to provide something objective to the space. There's a lot of people like that. You know what I'm saying? Jeffrey Dollop, who's another person as well. There's good people in the space who provide objective stuff. And again, they're gonna banter from time to time. Of course, who doesn't? It's football Twitter. But at the end, they're gonna provide objectivity. There's so many people who just don't view Arsenal as an objective place because they just want to be right. They just want to have, sack Mikel Arteta, and then bring in who? Okay, and then
Klopp, bro.
And then it'd be crickets half the time. Oh yeah, let's go
Can you
get
imagine?
Klopp. Let's go post Klopp. And
The
I'm like,
Mourinho. I'm sure the Mourinho news is probably.
oh yeah, and there was a lot of those same
No
people who
way,
are
no
there's a
way.
lot of people slandering now. Way back then, they wanted Mourinho to come to Arsenal. They wanted
Oh, I
Mourinho.
thought you were saying today they keep on Mourinho.
Probably
No
some
way.
still want Mourinho. Probably some fools still
2024.
do. There's probably some of them that still do, bro. And it just pisses me off that we can't enjoy one single thing for one single league. We can't take anything in isolation. We can't take anything in intervals. We can't take it week by week and just enjoy football as it comes. We just have to think doom and gloom. Oh, something's gonna happen.
Yep.
Something's gonna
Pray
happen.
for Arsenal fans
And be
if,
negative, bro.
They lose to Liverpool. February 4th,
Oh
right?
my
That's
gosh!
the
And
date?
bro, you know how many people wrote us off of the title race before Christmas break? You know how many people in our own fan base said, "Yo, title done. We're all finished, dead, blah blah blah." And if we go on a good run of form, those same people are gonna be like, "Oh, okay, we're back in it. We're back in it. We're
The
back
thing
in
is, though,
it."
I'll tell you, that's a coping mechanism. When you're competing with City, it's good
Yeah.
for your mental health sometimes to just say title's done and convince yourself that you really believe that, but in your back of your mind, you're still checking City results, like seeing
Yeah.
they drop
Oh, no,
points and still hanging
100%.
on to
I
that.
know.
Because I did that 2 years ago, the potential quadruple season.
Nah,
When
the
we were like-
quadruple
when we were
Liverpool
like
season.
when we were like 7 to 10 points behind City at Christmas, I was like, yeah, it's over. I distinctly remember Liverpool played Chelsea like around that time of the year, like around New Year's. 2-0 up, and then Kovacic scored that ridiculous volley, and then they came back and drew 2-2.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, this was just a game for second place. It's over. It's finished.
Mhm.
And then come March, April time, when we started hunting them down, I was like, hey, we're in it, man.
Man, my
Started
man
deleting
said,
some
my man
tweets.
said,
We're gonna start peeking through. So I
quadruple run was
empathize with those
Yeah.
Arsenal fans saying title's
I-
done because
I understand.
It's definitely a
yeah,
coping mechanism.
I understand that, but then they go eight steps the back way and be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like they'll make these statements, they'll make these absolutes, they'll deal with these absolutes that aren't even real. Again, they'll be like, oh yeah, Mikel Arteta, we're never gonna win anything with Mikel Arteta and stuff like that.
Enough.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, listen, that may be true, but you don't know. And he's the person that's got us closest to anything worthwhile in what, 5-6 years? You know what I'm saying? Actual sustain something. You know what I mean?
I said
I'm
longer
like,
than that.
people just aren't objective in the Arsenal fan base. And when it comes to doing Arsenal, and it doesn't help because rival fans banter us, and then our own fans banter us and slight us and slander us the most out of anybody. And then the people who are just in the middle are just like, the fuck are we doing here? People just check out. They check out.
Yeah,
and I'm
man.
like, it just be crazy. So I'm like, I try my best to be objective. Yes, I get emotional about shit sometimes. Yes, I love cheap ass goals against shitty teams when we score because I like to feel good. I like football. I apparently like this sport. So that may mean I'm positive, which is a wild, like, you know what I'm saying, taboo thing to some people in this world. But just be objective. That's my thing, bro. Arsenal fans, they need to stop bitching and enjoy football. A lot of y'all.
Talking about objective. I think it's time we move out.
Yeah, move on. Let's go.
To FoamGate. Move to
FoamGate.
FoamGate. I want to
Yo,
throw a
FoamGate,
scenario. I want to throw a scenario right before we talk about it. You get caught breaking the rules, right? And whatever you're doing, boom, you get banned for 8 months for breaking the rules. First game back of that thing, you're hyping yourself as if people were preying on your downfall, or as if you were like unfairly, like, you know, like just making this like underdog type story that it wasn't there. No one was thinking this guy was gonna and then the first chance that you get, you go and break the rules.
The first 20 minutes.
like how
It's
like,
just,
funny is that,
it's such a
bro?
bad look. It's like, if he would have done this like 3 games down the line, it is what it is. And it's fucking hilarious, but it's just like, it just adds
It's
so much
too
more to
funny,
it that he
bro.
just
Ivan
got
Toney is a
he-
dog.
Yeah, and the whole
Yeah,
narrative,
dog.
like you said, like, I'm proving
But now
people
he's
wrong,
just
I'm
gonna-
keeping receipts.
All these eyes are
It's
gonna
just
be
so
on
funny.
him now, though. Like,
Yeah, his
anything
reputation,
in
yeah.
game, like I understand, like you got the goal and stuff like that, but just look at players like in any sport. Look at Draymond Green. If he does anything on accident, it's not going to be looked at like it was an accident. You know what I'm saying? Sergio Ramos, Pepe. If they do something, there's not going to be maybe he didn't do it or something like that. Like they're
Right.
just going to automatically assume the worst. So that's why I'm like, yeah, you got your goal and stuff like that, but now you're just
Well,
going
the
to have
football,
all eyes
the
on you at
football
all
purists
moments.
are going to go all into like disrespecting the game, like stuff like that. Which, I mean, I couldn't blame people for saying that. I think it's kind of funny. I mean, again, like he's probably not the first person who's done it. It's just like it shows a lack of
No, that was
self-awareness that you do
crazy.
it.
The funny thing was
He didn't
is
just
how
do
it
it.
was
I
like
don't think I've ever
orchestrated
seen
with
that.
with
Yes,
Jensen.
that's what I'm saying. It
Like
was
Jensen
planned,
went and
bro.
whispered to him, yeah, and then went and distracted the referee. And then Toney moves the ball and he's like, yeah, let me actually move the foam too. And he picks up the foam.
That's what I'm
Bro,
saying.
just
He's
the
like-
way it was so incremental. He was like, yo,
He was
move
gonna
ball.
just move the
Just
ball
move the
once,
phone.
right? So I think I'm just gonna get 1 second to move the ball, and he did it. And then he realized, oh, they're still talking. He grabs the. I don't think I've ever that was crazy, man.
So
and then
the thing is,
why wasn't I'm gonna blame also the defense.
yes,
Watch
there's so many people to blame.
Watch it. Why are you not watching it? That's on them.
Turner I think that's on Turner too. Turner and his
But
wall.
Turner's like looking at something else. Like I think
He
the
probably
players
couldn't
are
see through the
in the
wall.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's kind of tough.
But it's like just the whole
I
organization.
don't think he saw the
from
floor
Forest.
level.
Yeah, the whole organization from Forest to see that happen. It's like, oh, that positioning is kind of crazy. Like, and no, what's even worse? So there were like let's say
big,
5
bro.
Forest players, right? I don't remember how many people were in the wall, and then they had one player
it was
standing
4 or
off
5.
to the side like this.
Yeah.
They had one player to the side like that. So there's a nice gap right here. He sees Toney move the ball right into that gap, and he's staring at it. When you watch the replay, he's looking at Toney. He can see this huge gap between him and the wall. Toney has moved the ball to be right there. You can see Turner has this post completely open. Like, where is the football IQ, common sense? Like, I paid attention to who the actual player was to be able to just take a few steps forward and cover that up. And then on top of that,
That's why I don't
what
feel
is
sorry.
VAR doing? What is VAR do? Like, they can't. Maybe there's nothing in the rule book. Maybe there's nothing in the rule book about if a player moves the ball
There will be
away from
now.
its designated zone.
I think he said it was
So
in the post game.
it
Post
was
game,
like a
he was talking about a
lose-yeah
yard.
situation where they're like,
Yeah,
we know
you get a
we know
yard.
mistake was made, but we can't do anything about it now. Like, it's too late. Like,
I don't know, man.
Yeah, there are so many.
To me, it's
so many
more
issues
like
with that goal.
I don't feel bad for the team that conceded it, because again, that's on them for them. Like, you got to pay attention. You know, like, no one's gonna try to play fair. And then the biggest thing that I got about was like the self-awareness of Ivan Toney is just obviously not there. Like, you bet 200 games in football, even though you bet it for yourself, whatever. And then you go and then you like literally cheat like off rip. Is like, come on, like just some common sense. You know what I'm saying? If he did this,
I don't
10
think he
games from
cares.
now,
I don't think he cares.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He doesn't care. He really doesn't.
Besides
But
that, though, he was playing very well. Like, his hold-up play and ability to make the whole
the
team
Harry Kane
get better.
regen. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen a performance from a striker like that since Harry Kane.
Yeah,
in
to
the
come
league.
straight back in after 8 months
And play like
just
that,
be the
passing,
focal point of your team
He
again.
played 90, I think, too. He played the whole
Yeah, he
game.
played the whole match.
Yeah,
He played
played the whole
100.
night.
He played 100
Yeah,
minutes.
played the whole
Not
match.
90
Hey.
minutes. He played 100 minutes.
Played a good
Crazy.
game too, but again, it's gonna get overshadowed by this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. It's just like have some like he literally played an insane game. Like he was putting in crosses like KDB, making passes like freaking,
in the first
like,
phase,
like,
taking the
I'm telling
ball out. Like, I'm like, damn.
you, it was literally.
He's
I
still
thought I was
making
watching Harry Kane.
$100 million,
literally.
though. It really doesn't matter. Like, what are the morals? You know, Anthony's playing for United right now. Not just because it's United, I'm saying that, but like, no one really gives a fuck if you're a good footballer.
Huh? What is that? You just tried
I'm just saying, it looks bad, but like, no one gives a shit at the end of the day. Like, he's still gonna get.
No one cares about the
yeah.
morality
I mean,
of
Yeah.
players.
Like,
But I mean,
where's
what
our
does-
moral?
Unless
Hazard
in this
cheated in the
unless in
like,
this
what,
case,
like,
it's the
I don't
You know
stigma.
what I'm saying?
I get what
really
you're
don't.
saying. I get what you're saying. But what Tony's done is so much lighter than what other players have
Yes,
allegedly
but I'm just saying
done.
in general, like, Yeah,
You're talking
it's
about
really
something
not
that's
gonna
been
matter.
proven. He got banned.
Okay, I'm just saying it doesn't matter.
So move on. Yeah,
What are you trying to?
But we're
It's
getting
the
too
worst
deep.
thing I've ever heard in
I'm
my
just
life.
saying that, like, no one really gives a shit at the end of the day. It looks bad for like a performance. I'm also kind of trying to.
You should
You know,
if
he
you're a
may go-
Brentford
He
fan
may go
and
to
you're.
Chelsea, so I'm trying to like backtrack a bit. Like, I don't want to say anything too crazy because he may be playing for me soon. So I'm just putting that out there. Like, we're not.
Well,
It
I don't
doesn't
think
matter.
it's in his best interest to have you
But
watching
yeah,
it.
but-
He's gonna have one stinker and then he's gonna be go back to Brentford blah 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 type stuff. So I really again to me it's just the biggest thing is just some common sense. Again, he had an insane performance, 100 minutes. What player comes back from 8 months gone of football and then just plays 100 minutes? I don't think anyone else that we've seen
Man,
in
was
recent history
prepped.
is like someone like look at Sancho.
Also, how many
look at-
players have been banned for 8 months? Too?
Yeah,
It's a
also
very
true, very
rare
few.
situation.
Nah,
Yeah,
let's look at
and,
Cantona, bro. Let's see what first game
There you go.
Cantona
Go back to 1996. and see what he did.
Yeah. He probably
Um,
played a million hours. I don't know.
But also shout out to Neil Maupay, man.
Yo, that goal
That goal
was
right at the end.
guys.
Yeah, I was
listen,
listening to Ty from AFTV telling him that he was praying when VAR started looking at it that it was going to be disallowed. I was like, nah, bro, let my man breathe, man.
It looked like a handball.
It did. It looked like such
Yeah.
a handball. Yeah, it looked
But
like,
It
such
looked
a
like a
handball.
clear handball.
with the finish was
Yeah, it was one of those
immaculate.
like touches that ended up being pretty lucky. Like just kind of just bounced off his chest unintentionally.
Shout out
and
Jensen,
then-
man. Shout out Jensen, man.
He's a good player.
Matthias Jensen,
Jensen's
solid.
yeah.
Talking
Mhm.
about
Very
him the
underrated
whole
player.
season, and if he gets the move to any team, I think he could like be a very like if he got I mean, even a backup for like a Liverpool or City, and then he could obviously fight to start for a team like that.
I feel like
not
he'd
saying
do really well at Tottenham,
but
like this current Tottenham team.
Yeah,
I think he'd slot in really well.
Yeah, I agree. So shout out to him.
Yeah,
Other than
100%.
that, I don't really have much else to say on that game.
Yeah, man. Toney
FoamGate.
back in firing, man. Foam and all. Don't matter.
Yeah, one of the most informed strikers in the Premier League, though, Chris Wood. Can we,
Yeah,
can we
no,
acknowledge that?
hey, yo, Chris,
Since Nuno's come in.
he picking his spots, man.
He's on fire.
6
He's
and
on
6,
something.
bro. 6 and 6.
That's
Oh,
all we
man.
saying. Hey, no, respect
Shout out to
it.
him, man. He was getting disrespected so much when he signed for Newcastle,
Real
and
journeyman.
I didn't think it was deserved. But now, like, this is what he needs. He needs these relegation fights. This is prime Chris Wood right now.
He just balls into the
That's where he
area.
thrives. Yep.
Just crosses
Looking
into
the
the
door,
area.
just whipping it in. Yeah,
Yep.
that's his bread and butter.
Facts. Shoot, before we move on to the next segment though, real quick. I do want to mention just very, very briefly in the Sheffield United West Ham game.
Oh my God, that game.
The calamity at the end, bro. Okay, somebody gets sent off from Sheffield United. I can't remember who exactly it was.
Ryan Brewster.
Yeah,
Ryan Brewster.
Yes, Ryan
Which we
Brewster.
could have a whole other
Thank you.
thing talking about what's happened to my boy's career, man. He was supposed to be our star boy 3 years ago, and like, I feel bad for him, but like I can't feel bad from this. That tackle, did you see it?
Bro,
It was a tackle.
it was
from
egregious.
hell, from the depths of hell.
My boy
I don't
was
know
straight
what was
leg
going through
going
his
this
mind.
way. His
It
legs was
was
parallel,
so bad.
just going straight.
I
in.
don't know how Emerson came out of it relatively unscathed. It was.
Do you think he'll get extra games on that?
Horror tackle.
He could.
Like an extra suspension?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Have they been talking about that?
I don't think I've seen
I
it,
don't
but
think
nah,
he will.
probably not. But
Yeah, I
still,
think
it
it
was
was E3.
in the moment though, in regular motion, it looked crazy. I was like, yo, what
But
possessed
even on
you?
replay in slow motion, it looked worse on the replay. It was so bad.
What possessed him to do that? I have no idea. But
Yeah.
Ryan Brewster does this crazy tackle, gets a straight red, sent off, he's gone. You know what I'm saying? And then the game progresses and keeps going on. And then West Ham, they somehow get a second yellow for Soufal, makes a stupid
Stupid.
stupid
And he got his first
foul.
yellow for fighting.
Yeah, a
like,
few minutes
in
before
after
that.
the Brewster tackle.
Yes,
Like,
in the
midst of
Brewster
that.
scuffle. Yes, and so he gets sent off after, and then at the very, very, very end, there's a whole calamitous moment in the West Ham box, and they concede a penalty. And on top of that, Ariola's
Areola,
injured.
man.
Ariola tried to do
He
Superman.
got injured giving away the penalty. Which is so funny because I still like seeing how that was given a pen. How the hell did Onana survive?
I know.
Match week
Yeah,
one
Onana.
when he punched that Wolves 6'8" striker.
Facts.
I forget his name, but it's just
Kalajic, yeah.
yeah, it's just crazy. Like that was so much more blatant than what Areola did.
Crazy. But again, Ariola's
The
injured.
consistency in refereeing
Disgusting.
is just how it is.
Non-existent, man. But again, it goes to the end. You know what I'm saying? What's it called? They had to bring in Fabianski.
Yep.
And hey,
Surprised
unfortunately,
that guy's still there, man.
it made no difference. I think what was it? James Ward-Prowse?
Ollie McBurney.
Ollie McBurney. Yeah, Ollie McBurney.
Ward-Prowse scored
the
make it 2-1.
Yeah, the 2-1. Yeah, Ollie
And
McBurney
then
scored the
McBurney
equalizer.
equalized in like I think it was like the 103rd minute, and it was officially the latest goal
Yeah,
ever
in
scored
Premier League
the
history. Correct. And
Which in my book doesn't count this season because they're adding like 15 minutes.
Again, we went
stoppage
AFCON times. This is
Yeah,
AFCON
those
time.
goals that were 100 plus before the season, those matter. I think the record before that was Dirk Kuyt back in 2011,
that's-
Liverpool versus Arsenal.
yeah, that's
Remember
why-
that game?
that's
Where
why he's
Van
trying to hold
Persie
it
scored
up.
a pen like in the 99th minute, and then like 2 minutes later,
Yeah,
Liverpool
that's
got
why
a
he's
pen.
trying to hold up
I
this
think
damn-
Abua gave it away too. Our goat, man. Our goat.
I'm
Abua.
dead, man.
But,
Phil had that in the back of his head, man.
I know he's trying to uphold traditions.
Yeah.
Of the...
No. I don't
fuck
care
with you.
about that record. Like if
Yeah,
the
yeah,
fact that
no,
he's a
yeah.
Liverpool player. But like honestly though, like it's
Yeah,
kind of
no, these times are crazy.
Every game just gets like 10 minutes added on.
The
or whatever.
times have been insane. Maybe like a little tweak
Well,
back,
again-
but
No. That's what these guys get for time wasting, bro. Like that's
Also true.
specifically if
No, it's
players
true.
don't try to
No.
cheat, like they don't try to cheat the game. That's what we don't
Yeah.
get in stuff like this. They try
No,
to
it's
find
true.
cheats
I'm a
and
fan
stuff
of
like
it.
that.
That's
That's what
fair.
happens, you know. That's
Yeah.
unfortunate.
I can agree with that. But yeah,
Yeah, I'm a fan of it.
that whole madness at the end of the game. I'm like West Ham, bro. Damn, y'all could have saw it through, but shameful.
Moyes was fuming.
He was pissed. I seen him. He said, "Fuck kid, fuck." I said, "Yo, damn."
And he did it in slow motion. He's not as young
Yeah, I'm
as
just
he used to be.
rewatching that tackle now. And
Well, that's one of the worst tackles I've
bro.
ever seen.
It's so bad.
Man.
Even if he won the ball, like, what was he gonna accomplish?
Zuma was like Zuma's like the guy like trying to like make sense of it.
Hey.
Oh my god.
Nah, man, shit is insane.
Crazy.
Insane. But we can put a cap on all this Premier League stuff for now and switch gears, man. We had a couple of news bits from outside the Prem. You know what I'm saying? We're taking a little bit of a voyage outside of England to some other news and stories real quick. Just the first and foremost, we gotta stop in Germany and talk about just the incredible run that's being put together so far by Bayer Leverkusen in the Bundesliga. I mean, damn, what you want to say in the league? 15 wins, 3 draws, no losses. Again, 48 points, undefeated,
Crazy.
invincible right now in the league, sitting above Bayern by what, 7 points?
But I think Bayern has a game or 2 games.
They have
Bayern has a
one
game in hand.
They have one game in
Game
hand.
in hand, but 7-point difference right now.
But
And
again,
Bayern lost, dropped points this weekend too. So
shoot,
Xabi Alonso, the superstar manager in the making.
this is serious,
it's
man.
down to who he feels more aligned to, Real Madrid or Liverpool. At the end of the day, who does he identify with more when it comes to him leaving?
As much as I would love him to come to Liverpool, and I was spit that propaganda in the air, he's going to Real Madrid. Just the timelines just match up too perfectly. Like Klopp's not going to leave Liverpool for a few more years.
I mean, this lineup, like it's a good team, but they should not be playing to this caliber. I mean, clearly,
he has them. Yeah,
he was doing it into last year too. Like he was. I mean, he's got some. When they were down too in this game. I think twice. They were down 1-0 and then down 2-1, and there was really never a question of that they were at least going to get a draw out of it. And then again, I mean, Bayern Munich always slips up. We saw them do it this weekend. It's just that usually teams can't capitalize on it to the extent that they need to, or as frequently as they should. But at this point, I mean, it'd be probably one of the best stories of the season if they were to pull this off. It's looking likely right now.
This is the most exciting, I mean, German football since Wolfsburg won, like, what, in 09?
It's great for
like,
German football. This is exactly what the Bundesliga needs. It would be funny considering Kane just moved over to this would be the year that
it would bring me so much personal joy to see Bayern lose the title and Kane join y'all in the same season. That's double joy. And also on the other side, Bayer Leverkusen winning it, somebody else in the Bundesliga off rip, and also Granit Xhaka leading a lot of that team as a senior figure to a title. That would be insane. And I don't know
what you have against Kane. Yeah. He's now that he's left Tottenham.
Oh no! I'm just because of Spurs affiliation. I'm gonna structure that. I'm gonna structure that randomly. But that's like 80% towards Bayern in itself. That's for obvious reasons though.
And who on that team is going to move on for big money? Frimpong and Wirtz?
Yeah, from
out of those two would be
Liverpool's been linked with Hikapi.
He scored the winner. Boniface, he might go to Chelsea.
And that's what I wanted to say though. That's what I wanted to say about this run though. This, I don't want to say it reminds me of Arsenal last year. That's kind of I don't want to draw it. Shut up. Just wait. Let me land. Boniface is injured, and I'm pretty sure there are a couple other key injuries in the squad right now for Leverkusen. Correct me if I'm wrong. I gotta go double back and do the research, but I'm pretty sure.
When did you lose Saka last year?
Shut up. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. But they're starting to go into the stretch, and there's injuries in their squad, key injuries. Boniface, again, he's their key striker. He's one of their big players in a certain phase of their team. Could this play a factor? Right now, they're doing the business.
Now, if they lose Grimaldo or something like that, then it's gonna be dangerous. They lose Grimaldo or like Frimpong, they lose those guys, then it's looking tough.
But Boniface is their main guy. He's not there.
Yeah, but he's a striker though. But like from the defense aspect and those guys coming up, like I think they've been like even though they don't score as much or they're like key for Xabi Alonso and in their play style, in my opinion.
Word.
I just think like if he loses,
if the defensive signings get injured in this run-in, then you're saying like, dang, all right.
No, because they're not. That's what I'm saying. If you watch them, they're not just defensive.
Yeah, no.
Like to bring the ball up, like you know what I'm saying. Like those wingers, they're basically
Boniface is just as much of a
he is.
As,
okay, but you're saying them like bombing up the field or inverting and stuff like that. They have more attacking capacity. I know what you're saying.
Yeah. I don't know who their second striker is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Also, I want to say to what Chase was saying earlier about being good for the Bundesliga. I mean, the league has had like pretty good title races in the past. Like last season was a riveting race that went to the last game of the season. Dortmund just completely
went against
I can't trust them men no more, bro.
Yeah,
the
so it's
Arsenal
like,
of Germany.
so it's
This
like
guy,
so
bro.
what so at this point what we've seen before has happened before in the
Number two,
Bundesliga.
that's good.
It's just if Leverkusen can hang on and actually win it, it'll be the first time since like 2012 when Klopp was at Dortmund that someone other than Bayern has won it, which would be incredible. I think the whole of the footballing world wants that to happen, except for maybe Tottenham fans who want
You said something wrong there, though. You said someone
What is that?
other than Bayern to win it.
Since 2012.
Yeah,
No. But this is Bayern winning it though.
no,
If this team wins, you know what I'm saying?
no, this
Oh,
isn't
yo,
Bayern. This
shut
is
up.
Bayer.
Oh, I saw
Yeah.
this guy. bro.
Bayer. There's no end.
We'll move.
Yeah, that joke isn't even doesn't even land.
That
But,
I caught it late.
Because
It
it's not my fault. You guys didn't know their first name was.
that was late,
That's
bro.
not Bayern.
Clip.
It's
That's
not.
clippable.
It's Bayer without an N.
Nah,
It's
same
it's
thing.
two different names. But anyway,
Oh.
I know it made me forget what I was even saying. That was
Such a
That
dead
was
joke. You
needless.
killed the whole
Yeah.
conversation.
really.
I
no
really
idea
felt
what
like Chase. I felt like Chase talking about Anthony right now. So forgive me, guys.
No, I was making a point,
Mm.
but
I don't even know what I was saying.
Oh,
Oh, the whole of the footballing world wants this to happen, except
Yes.
for probably Tottenham fans. So I think we're all on the same page that we want Leverkusen to hang on. And I mean, yeah, like it's one of these things. Like it's inevitable that when a team picks up form like this, their manager and all their players are going to be like picked apart piece by piece.
Yeah.
But I just hope Alonso is willing to stay for a bit longer. The team's able to stay, and because I want to see them in the Champions League next season without this team being picked apart. I want to see what they're capable of doing. So yeah,
Facts,
it's a really exciting story.
Yeah, I agree. Again, Jacobias included. You know what I'm saying? But Leverkusen are just they have been building to be this fantastic team for a while. Jabi Alonso's been working magic there, so I do want to see them see it through. All right, but moving forward to another story here, jumping from Germany to Spain. Some Real Madrid stuff over the past 10 days, probably the past week. We had you know what I'm saying, Bayern, you know, well, not Bayern, I'm about to say Atletico versus Real Madrid, and that was a little thing in the cup, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Rudiger, man. It goes from best of the world to
Waluigi.
funniest of the world real quick. Yep.
I mean, he's always the funniest, even when he's.
Oh yeah, even when he's the best. No, but there's just certain people that I don't know. As soon as someone said it, it just went downhill from there. But yeah, Griezmann, man. I don't know where
He's
where
been a
was
man
Griezmann at
possessed.
Barcelona?
He's been a man possessed this year.
What happened
Oh
in
my
Barcelona?
gosh.
Like, did they have
I
him?
think
like,
it was more a Barcelona thing than him.
Yeah.
Barcelona's
Also,
just
like trying to play
proven be.
Griezmann and Messi, they didn't complement each other well.
Yeah.
And
It's just
kind of-
crazy though how like one little thing like that it just goes to thing like that. Like let's say how people say, oh, if Salah went to La Liga, he's gonna do all these things. It all depends where you're gonna throw a player into what system. Because look at the season Griezmann is having. Probably top 3 in the world, top 2 players in the world right now. And
On
it
form,
just goes to show
100%.
it's just if you get thrown into the wrong system, into the wrong like play style like that, it doesn't matter what player you are. It could just destroy you. Because guess what? It wasn't like, oh, he's out of physical form or he forgot how to play football. It's just there just wasn't a team around him. It's just the coach wasn't focused on him, stuff like that. It could just throw the whole thing off.
you have to build your team around Griezmann.
Yeah, and that's what Atletico did, and it's been paying off.
Yeah, that's what France does. That's what Atletico, like Simeone, knows how to do, and that's why he just is the best player on the pitch for most of the time, even when he's playing with France. He just dictates the whole game.
And moving on, we had some more Madrid drama, you know what I'm saying? The Almeria game in La Liga. I mean, damn.
Madrid agenda.
Listen,
Madrid agenda is strong.
they were down 2-0. There was a crazy goal from what was his name? Was it Raul Gonzalez? The second goal Almeria scored?
I don't even know his name, but insane. Assist by
banger.
Nacho Fernandez.
Nasty
And the fact
goal.
that it took the lead after like 40 seconds too.
nasty goal. But in Madrid fashion, they clawed back, but towards the end of the game, I listen. I'm not
Will
saying
Barcelona and Madrid ever beat these allegations? Because I don't think they ever will, man. It's crazy. It's actually crazy.
It's too much. And the funniest thing about it is those allegations will never disappear because it's not often that you have a league with just two ginormous fan bases that hate each other as much as they do. So they're always going to be throwing conspiracy theories and allegations on the other team. So there's like this will never die. But
There's
seriously,
no way
though,
it's conspiracy. It can't. It's not even.
The case for this match was.
You know what I'm saying? That Vinny hand thing, like come on.
Everything
man.
about it, the disallowed goal for the. Did you see it for the hand like on Bellingham's face, which wasn't even like a hit. It was just like almost like a caress. Like he just touched Bellingham's face as he was turning. Bellingham's head was also kind of low, and it was like in their own half. It wasn't even like it led directly to the goal. It was in their own half, and then they rushed through the play and then transition goal. It's just like. And there was even a point in the game, I think it was when Vinicius' goal got given, that the Almeria coach took off his coat and he's just like, I can't, what can I do against this? I'm powerless.
There's nothing, and that's what the players should do. They should come out and talk their shit. You know what I'm saying? Like what? I think there was a player that came out and it's like,
yeah,
they should have just let us know before the game that we can't win this game, and we don't play. As simple as that. I mean,
he's like straight up.
You'd have to. That's the only way to deal with it. You should just go after these guys because they're shameless. There's just no shame in their face. They're just gonna do it. And you feel like a team for Girona that's having the season that they're having. They have to do every game. They have to win. They have to be the better team. They have to score. They can't. It's like there's no like errors. They can't commit any errors. And teams like this should be given. They're going against the 20th place in the league, and they need to rob them. Like. Come on.
Did you see the quote? What's so funny? Did you see the quote from the Almeria coach after the match, saying VAR in La Liga is so bad it needs to get to the level of the Premier League?
I'm saying something.
Yo,
it's so funny. I don't know if he's saying that.
I seen the footage of him at 2-2.
Was like a statement. I don't know if he was saying that as a statement or if it's just genuinely that every country thinks VAR is the worst in their league.
It could be both.
Probably says something about VAR in general.
But, are those officials?
It was unbelievable, man. This stuff.
Well, at least it's scattered around. Like in the Premier League, like every team except City goes like losing with VAR. But I mean, 20th place. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's
20th
crazy.
against like that's just crazy, man. And then the thing is, Vinny comes out, posts his video. And then like he's like flaunting his goal. I'm like, have some shame, man. Like you're flexing. Like have some fucking shame, bro. I hate that shit. I really do. And him as a Brazilian, like he knows about the Maradona shit, the handball. Like, yo, come on.
I think an issue with that is no one at this point really knows what a handball is, because there was the whole rewrite that happened a couple years ago where they said if it's above the
shirt line,
then it doesn't count as a handball, but then you also see things given when it hits around there. So like I don't know, man. They just need to really be clear about what's handball, what's not. Like make a clear PowerPoint presentation to the world of football before a season starts and say this is the definitive solution. We're not going to change it next summer, which they do almost every year. There's a new revision to the handball legislation. So like, I honestly don't know. I can't even say if what Vinny did was a handball or not, because growing up, that's clearly a handball. That wasn't his shoulder. That wasn't here. It was on his bicep. But then you just hear so many different things, and there's so many iterations of the law that I have no clue.
But regardless of the law, he came out saying that that's what you do, like in the beach, like when you're like setting up a ball, like with your chest. Like he's saying it didn't hit his arm at all. Like he's saying it was like here. I'm like,
that's not here. It was like right here.
And then he posts the video where like it's the angle where it looks like it is, but clearly when you switch the angle, it shows like hitting the arm.
Wait, like stuff like this on his Instagram.
Yes,
man did the Drewski video. I mean, he said so.
Like,
so you're a liar.
Like, yeah, I'm like, come on, like you know how annoying it is scoring with like just take your W, take your 3 points.
You gotta leave it be.
Stay quiet. Yeah,
facts. Just let it lie there.
If Toney came out like he gets like he starts tweeting about it. Oh yeah, I moved that ball. Oh yeah, you guys like that goal? Like some BS like that.
Hey man.
And the thing is, it's against 20th place. It's not like he did against Barcelona. He's like hates that club. He's like F it. Like you're like come on man, have some shame.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, listen, football, people gonna celebrate how they celebrate. That's it is what it is, I guess. I don't know.
But title race in Spain is looking hot though as well. Looking very good.
It's that.
I don't even know if I want to support Girona though. Like
I don't.
That's a sticky one.
So I have no horse in this race, but I just want to see chaos.
Yeah, facts. They said I hope everybody loses.
I mean, We'll get a laugh off. We'll get a laugh regardless.
No, factuals. And before we move on to a little bit of the wrap up and ending stuff, we just got a quick tidbit on the greatest football competition on earth, the most entertaining football competition on earth.
Sure.
AFCON. Nah. Sure. Get the Asian Cup out of here. I'm sorry. We gotta make room for AFCON,
Wait.
man.
Let's talk about Asian Cup. Chase, can you name 3 Asian people that don't play football right now? 3.
Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, Spike Lee.
Spike Lee!
I know who Spike Lee is. I'm fucking around.
No, you're finished, bro.
That's crazy, bro.
I knew that was a joke.
That was 10 out of 10. That was 10 out of 10, though.
No, he said Spike Lee. He said Spike. No.
We've had 3 weeks now to prepare to know 3 Asians off rip. He got the second one.
Oh my
Yo, he said the wrong Lee. Immediate clip.
It was on purpose.
That's worse than me getting exposed for not knowing Leverkusen. Man, that's crazy.
Oh, my heart. That's perfect. That's perfect.
That was the delay too. Like he was thinking of like you could say Bruce Lee. You could say it.
No, the Jet.
I thought he was going. Yeah, I was like, yo, okay, Jet Li. He said Jackie Chan.
Bruce
Bruce
or Jet?
He said Bruce. He's gonna. I was gonna say Jet. Yeah, I was like, yo, Jet Li. All right, cool, we got it. Spike.
At one point when he delayed it so long, I was like, okay, he's gonna say something crazy like Kim Jong Un or something.
Dog. My stomach, man. Oh gosh, that was great.
That was perfect. That was perfect.
Now we can move on to
Name 3 Africans, not football players.
Oh, dead.
Gene?
Yeah.
Philip. Dave.
Nope.
Dave's brother.
Nope.
Dave's brother?
Nope.
That's not naming. What is that, bro?
Huh?
How's that naming someone? Dave's brother?
Nathan Shanko. Oh, I just said the whole thing. Yo, just blur that out.
That's fine, man.
Blur it out.
Shout out to Dave, who's still watching this.
Facts, bro. If you get that Facebook
Shout out
message,
to Dave's brother too.
Yeah, if you get that Facebook message, man, that's not our fault. It wasn't me. Well, no, we could jump into just AFCON stuff, man. AFCON has probably been the most entertaining. I mean, it's always entertaining, but it's just like fever pitch this time. I don't know what's happening, man. Just anybody want to chime in? This shit's great.
Bro,
it's great.
This day of recording was an insane day for AFCON. Today, Egypt and Ghana were both fighting for their lives to stay alive and going to round of 16. And I think Ghana just pulled off one of the most incredible bottle jobs I've ever seen.
Elite.
To anyone who doesn't know what happened, I'll try and somebody. Trey, let me know if at any point.
I'll jump in with you. Yeah.
So coming into today, right, we were in a position where Ghana had 1 point, Egypt had 2 points, Cape Verde was top with 6, right? And so Egypt is playing against Cape Verde, Ghana is playing against
Mozambique.
Thank you. So Egypt knows if they win, they're through. Ghana needs to win and Egypt to drop points. So man, these games are chaos. Ghana races to 2-0 lead, 2 Jordan Ayew penalties. Betty Pele's son, legend. But which is a whole other controversy. The way Ghanaian fans are furious that the Ayew brothers still get called up.
Both of those guys are still there.
While Iñaki Williams is on the bench. Anyway, Ghana goes 2-0 up. Egypt goes a goal down against Mozambique, which is insane because Egypt was peppering them, man. Peppering them. And and this is Mohamed Salah less Egypt. So like backs against the wall, like everything's not in their favor. A goal down, Ghana's 2-0 up. And I think there was a point where Ghanaian fans, there's that screenshot of this one Ghanaian fan on Twitter. They were talking real big at this point because this is like an unassailable, like, wow. Like we couldn't have written a better position to be in at this moment. But then Egypt equalizes. It goes 1-1. And then at this point, Ghana is still going through because Egypt needs to win. And then Egypt scores to go ahead 2-1 in the 91st minute, I think. So Egypt's going through,
like
Ghana's
91st,
out.
93rd. But yeah.
Right. And then in the 7 minutes of added time that Egypt's game had left, Mozambique scores 2 goals in stoppage time. It's equalized against Ghana. So then now Ghana's out, and then Mozambique scores against Egypt to equalize it to 2-2. So the Egyptian players like fall to their knees, like it's over, like we're out. Because last time they heard, Ghana was 2-0 up.
Oh my god!
And then the final whistle gets blown, and they find out Ghana drew, and they're through. Egypt is through. It is like that video that came out of Mohamed Kudus's interview after the match.
Bro,
I felt so bad for him. He was just speechless because like, how do I explain this?
All he could do was thank the fans. All he could do.
And it took him like 30 seconds of nothing.
Staring
before
into
being able
space.
to like force those words out of his soul.
In his head for that 30 seconds, bro. Kanye West Wolves was playing, and then Stephen A. Smith was like, "I'm having a very bad day. This is it was not bro was sick.
I feel so. He does not deserve to be going out. I mean, Ghana isn't.
Don't care.
Out.
He thinks he's Neymar, right? Nope, that's what you get. I don't care. That's what happened.
Ghana isn't confirmed out yet. They still could qualify as one of the third place teams, but it looks very unlikely.
Congo has to win, right? Congo has to win for them to go through.
I'm not sure what all the permutations are, but it looks very unlikely because Ghana only has 2 points.
Mm-hmm.
Can I add something to the Cup?
And Ivory Coast already has more points than them, and there's every other group still has to play.
Did Salah die? They're raising his jersey after they.
Oh my god!
His hamstring injury.
Yeah, so it's only a month. It's only a month, but damn, man, they can show support.
So it's like Neymar at 2014.
David Luiz.
Hey, chill, bro. That guy literally broke his back, man.
Bro,
That's crazy.
That's crazy. But I'm gonna
listen.
Go ahead.
Cape Verde. I want to just their first language is Portuguese, right? We don't need to get into why and stuff like that, but yeah, their goalkeeper's name is called Vozinha. So if you translate that into Portuguese, it's little grandma. Why his name is called Little Grandma is beyond me, but I just wanted to throw that little fun fact.
Hey man, little grandma putting up some decent performance. Hey, he's part of a
Cape
team.
Verde, though, topping a group with Egypt and Ghana, undefeated with 7 points. I think everyone had the two quote unquote powerhouse countries in that group going through comfortably. But Ghana is in turmoil right now. Chris Hughton.
I think it's
crazy.
Chris Hughton,
European managers keep to the African federations. Please stop hiring random European blokes to be in charge of your national teams. It's facts. I don't think it's a winning formula. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Right.
Chris Hughton, he seemed like a nice guy.
But
it's just not working.
Nah, man. But Cape Verde, man. Shout out. They're actually the third best team in the tournament based off of all the stats and stuff because
they've been playing very well.
Yeah, the best is Equatorial Guinea. And they're topping their group with 7 points, but they have 6 goal difference.
Group with Nigeria and Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
You see Jazba watching that game? You see him?
I did not see that.
They said when you're an Ivory Coast fan and a Chelsea fan, that's why you lose your hair that quickly or something like that. But I don't want to get into it too much.
There's some truth to that.
That's what they're saying.
Since Ivory Coast lost their golden generation,
that's
like the Toure brothers and Drogba and Gervinho and Eboué and all that whole Zakora, that whole crop of players. Now they haven't qualified for the last 2 World Cups now, which usually was bread and butter. Ivory Coast was always in there, and then now to lose the host nation.
The thing is, they don't have dead players.
That's disgusting.
No, that's the thing. They don't have dead players.
They don't know. That's the thing. On paper, they still have one of the best squads on the continent. So still to be hosting your tournament. One of the favorites going in just because of the names you have. Like you're talking about Fofana, Haller, I think. I don't know if Haller recovered from his injury. Kessié Sangare,
Diomande from Indica.
Willy Bolly. Yeah, they just have Pepe. Just so many players. You can just go on and on with the players that we all know from Europe. Yeah. And to lose 4-0 at home today against against Equatorial Guinea, right? Yeah. With 4-0 at home, cooked. And the funny thing is about that game too, they were cooking. Same with Egypt, they were cooking Equatorial Guinea, and then cooking. I think they had 2 goals disallowed with VAR when it was still 0-0, and then Equatorial Guinea scored 1. Ivory Coast still peppering them. Then Guinea scored a second one, and then afterwards the floodgates just opened. It was 9 players in the box trying to score, and it's just those counterattacks.
Listen, I'm willing to go out. I'm willing to put my face out there. And maybe make a fool. Maybe this guy coached, and who the hell is this guy? Jean-Louis Gasset, this French guy, 100 years old, coaching them. Who is this guy? They have this guy that's older than Joe Biden coaching them. I don't understand.
Bro, yeah, African federations still have this weird obsession with recruiting random European managers to come, and I just don't think it's look at Senegal. Look at the defending champions and the best African team right now. Look at Morocco. The 2 best African teams right now have men from their own countries coaching them. And I think I can't really articulate why it works this way, but like no foreign manager has ever won the World Cup before. It's always been a manager
up their
from
own
the country. And it's just something about when you're playing for your country.
Patriotism, baby.
Something about that inner patriotism that it brings out. Like it just.
I don't think Brazil has
Yeah.
ever had a coach that wasn't Brazilian. Like even had a coach.
There's a lot of countries that would never even consider doing it.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it a stack though. If I'm an American, you know what I'm saying? I got like a Belgian dude trying to talk to me and stuff like that when I'm trying to get hyped up and motivated for the match. It's gonna sound a little bit off, you know what I'm saying? Just to me, the tactics and everything can be in place, but I'm not getting no Mighty Ducks, you know what I'm saying? Kurt Russell, this is your time now speech. I'm not getting that. I'm not getting hyped up for the game like I'm gonna run through a brick wall. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's a little imbalance.
How much do these European managers know about the inner workings of Cote d'Ivoire football?
Facts.
You know,
just in general.
Like how much does Chris Hughton know about the ins and outs of Ghanaian football? Like it's just I don't know. Maybe he does. Maybe he did.
And there's a lot of politics
was
behind it too, so they might not get the best hand or full control over the situation.
The last job that this guy had before ever coached, like the last 2-3 jobs, he had like a 33% win percentage on the teams that he was coaching, like Bordeaux and like teams like that, like in France. I'm like, where do you like? How do you think that's gonna work out? I just don't get it.
Yeah, that's a whole different subject. But looking forward into the future. By the time this comes out, this game might have happened already. But Algeria are playing for their lives against Mauritania.
Yeah.
Algeria is in 3rd place right now. They need a win. Burkina Faso plays Angola, and the two of them are 1st and 2nd with 4 points. Algeria has 2 points. So they need a win, and they need a favor in that match because I think if it just turns into a draw, like because this is. We don't want to get the whole like potential for corruption or match fixing, but Burkina Faso and Angola could just draw and Algeria's out unless they thump Mauritania, which they could. I mean, they won the AFCON a couple years ago. It could happen, but it's crazy, man. These big powerhouses are in trouble.
Getting rocked, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Talking about powerhouses in trouble. Should we go to predictions?
Yeah. All I want to say is, hey, I gotta double back on that statement I saw on the timeline weeks ago, bro. Jamaica would do bits in AFCON. That's all I gotta say. All right.
Hey, man, this needs to happen. Petition to CAF to get a
facts, bro. We can skip the Gold Cup this time, man. We got business to handle, man. We can make
Gold
something
Cup
happen.
is like one of the most dead international tournament on the planet.
For these picks, are we gonna do? We just do all at once or one each.
So let's do game by game.
Wait. Hold on, wait. Before we do that, I did want to cycle back because I didn't want to like flood it and then go to international stuff. But real quick, our picks. I mean, like again, Yank Picks. So player of the week, fraud of the week. We gonna condense it down this time, y'all. We gonna keep it in this way from here on out to keep track of some stuff. So real quick, go around the horn of your player of the week and your fraud of the week. Go on ahead.
I'll start because my player. Fun, like he gets into both. Ivan Toney is my player of the week and fraud of the week, all in one.
What, the second time? The second time or first time?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever had a player.
I feel like Nico Jackson was close for some reason. I don't know why, but never mind.
No.
Oh, when
he
he
just
had a
had
trick.
Yeah, possibly.
No, but definitely didn't give him player of the week. But yeah, player of the week and fraud of the week all in one. Ivan Toney, congrats. You're my pick.
All right, my player of the week is Alexis McAllister. Fraud of the week, Ryan Brewster. Already talked about both of them.
Oh man, my player of the week, I'll go Diogo Jota, man. To come back in the way you have, being that clinical, hats off, man. 2 goals and assist, fair play. My fraud of the week, Ghanaian national team, bro. I'm sorry, man. to go in the way.
Sorry, can I just say real quick? Did you see the equalizing goal for Mozambique? It came from a corner. Did you see how they got it?
Yes. Yo, on the way it came out, the keeper just tapped it on the way out,
Should
bro.
I catch it? And then he realized he was going for a goal kick, so he wanted to move his hands away. He ended up just deflecting it out for a corner.
It hit off him. They literally could have prevented the entire situation for that bum header.
Just incredible.
Completely preventable. But they caused their own downfall so quickly, bro. I seen a video of a fan was eating a whole plate of food, crying, eating a whole plate of food in the stadium,
this
bro.
guy talking about the food.
Sorry, I'm sorry, bro. But anyways, yeah,
Crazy.
Ghana, you're frauds of the week, man. Frauds of the week.
Okay. Thanks.
I did my player of the week. I actually did Darwin Nunez. I'm always clowning him, but for him to get 2 goals, fair play. Hats off there. I actually, and this may be controversial, my fraud of the week is Martinelli. Because he scored 2 goals, but there were 2 fraudulent goals against a back line that may have been like off the pitch when he scored
Whose
them.
fault is
You were
that?
saying Nicholas Jackson was the best striker in the world.
Whose fault is
for
that?
three
That he
against
scores
Spurs.
two.
I don't want to hear that.
No,
It's up
two
for
Thierry Henry-esque
interpretation.
goals.
It's
He'll
up
do
for
what he does.
interpretation. Thierry Henry-esque goals. That first one was a P-roller that the goalkeeper somehow didn't say.
Okay, perfect.
Second
now
way-
predictions now. Okay, Jesus Christ.
It's up for interpretation. That's
No
my
Yeah.
part of the week.
interpretation.
We'll leave, I'm on smoke next week with
It's
you.
his
Don't worry
truth.
about
It's
that.
his truth, man.
Yeah, your truth is
Alright.
false as shit. But we go.
Yeah.
We'll go to the
Never
predictions
seen
though.
someone so far from the truth in my life.
Well, no, we'll roll to the predictions though next. All right, we got 5 different games. I got them in a different order in the chat, but I can run through them. Again, we're gonna do score line. Again, win, loss, draw, of course. And then for these 5 games that we choose, and next week we revisit whoever has the most points. It'll be 4 points for the right result, 10 points for the right score, and then we'll come back and see who did what.
0 points
when we
if
come
you
back
get
for
it
next
wrong.
week. Yeah, 0 points, of course, when you get it wrong.
Whoever watches, let us know if the loser should have to do something
Yeah.
next week.
Yeah,
Maybe stay quiet.
Yeah,
for a certain
something.
time.
the whole week.
Yeah, something.
No.
They-
Just a little thing, nothing
gotta,
crazy.
They
like
gotta,
you
they gotta
wear
speak
clown
through signs
costume.
like Wile E. Coyote or something like that.
Yeah. Every time you need to speak, you need to ask for permission with the cap. I don't know. We'll
You have to
figure it out.
Google
But
Translate.
let us
everything
know
you
if
say
it makes
in
it a little
English.
bit more competitive. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
something
saying? People
small,
want-
I like
something,
that. I like
something
that.
small.
Let
We
us
can,
let us know, Dave.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Yeah,
we
but,
can, we can build up to bigger stuff as the season
Yeah.
progresses, or we do it like a monthly or seasonal type of thing. But yeah, let's start with Leverkusen, Mönchengladbach. That first game.
Yeah, I didn't want. Thank goodness you're pronouncing it,
Yeah.
not me. Bro.
Borussia Mönchengladbach. I
gotta
predict a
call them.
3-1
Thank you.
3-1 win for Bayer Leverkusen.
So you predict a win and 3-1. I also predicted a win for them, and I predicted them to beat them by 4-1 instead of 3-1.
Mm.
I have Leverkusen 3-0.
3-0.
I have Bayer Leverkusen win 2-1. I got a 2-1 win. We'll go with that.
Alright.
Next
Okay.
game up on the list, we have Inter versus Fiorentina in the City.
Go for
I
it.
have,
Should do last name.
Yeah, I have 2-0 Inter, away win.
Oh, I have Inter win 2-1 for Inter.
I have 2-1 Inter as well.
Away from home. Oh my gosh. I'm going to go 3-1 Inter.
Why'd you say away
All
from
Inter
home?
wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way he said it was the
Yeah.
he just added the most.
Like it was gonna
goals
impact
to
anything.
score to-
Right, I was waiting to hear 1-1 or something.
Nah.
Okay.
Nah. Next one up, we got Marseille versus Monaco over in France.
I have a 1-1 draw.
Okay. I have Marseille to win 2-1.
Monaco 4, Marseille 3.
Damn.
Shootout.
From outfield.
I've seen
man.
these teams play. It's chaos.
I'm gonna go 2-2 draw.
Okay.
Draw.
And then the next match up, moving over to England, FA Cup, Chelsea versus Aston Villa.
Chase are gonna love this one. I predict Chelsea 2-1 win.
I have the same exact thing. Chelsea 2-1 win.
It's not your turn though. It was my turn.
Okay, go ahead.
I have Villa 3-1 win against Chelsea.
Chelsea 2, Villa 1.
Where they playing at?
Stamford Bridge.
Doesn't matter, bro.
The Fortress.
Lego Fortress.
You respect Lego, man. You can make those.
If you step on them,
Fortress.
if you step on them, it's tough.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Aston Villa at the Bridge. I'll go there. And then our last matchup that we're gonna predict on, Spurs versus Man City, FA Cup.
Even though City has a horrific record away at Tottenham's new stadium, I just think Tottenham's too depleted right now. So I have a 3-1 City win.
I have a 3-2 City win.
I have 3-1 City win.
3-0 City win. Holland is back.
No
How did
goals.
this happen? Guys, City has never even scored
listen.
a goal at that stadium, right?
It's weird. It's
They
weird.
never
Mate's
scored a
gonna
goal
get
there, and
absolutely
we're all
shredded
predicting them to win.
against
It's weird.
It's not even that. It's the 0 goals from Spurs. This Spurs team that can't stop scoring with newly signed Timo Werner on the squad. Crazy.
And R9 form of his
Yeah.
life.
If they get 1 goal, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. But I Haaland is back again. I know Haaland and KDB will be used in this match. Pep is going to be serious about this.
You think so?
I think he, even though it's a cup game, they're going to
KDB
get some
might not
minutes.
start.
Yeah, but both of them will get minutes. Both of them will get minutes, and I feel like they got enough to really put some pressure on it. So I think it's going to be a statement. Okay.
We will see. We shall see.
But yeah,
and there will be receipts for this.
100%.
Yep.
We'll circle back on this and tally points next episode. But yeah, that's all we got, man. That's pretty much it for this episode. Real quick, just to give some quick outros and stuff. Chase, let us know, sign us off, give us your closing notes.
I'll end it the way I started it. Game of the year tomorrow. Legacy game. Chelsea getting through to the EFL Cup championship or final. And then we'll get to lift our first trophy of the season. So looking forward to it. All trophies count the same.
Like he said, there was more. You cannot celebrate this one, baby. I'm on that train too.
Yeah, you cannot celebrate it, brother.
Gene gives you closing statements.
I really hope us as humans can bring back shame, because I feel like if we do, this world will actually change for the better. Because I really, that's all I hope for. Bring back shame. That's it. I don't have to say much, even though there's a guy in this podcast that really does need to bring it back, but I'll just leave it at that.
Heard, man. Phil, give us your closing statements for this episode.
Mine is just watch AFCON, everybody.
That's Facts. Pure entertainment. My closing statement for one is stop bitching and enjoy football for what it is. And the second one is, of course, make sure you rate this podcast 5 stars. Go to all your audio platforms and stuff. Make sure you check out, just type in Yanks Talk Ball on all platforms. Just check us out. Again, like, share, comment, rate us 5 stars wherever you find us. Help us get through in the algorithm to get to more football listeners in the world. So we can, bring our beautiful gift, bring more predictions, get bolder, do a bunch of crazy stuff, out there. We got some special stuff planned. Definitely want to bring it to more people, so keep supporting us and we'll keep getting out there. With that being said, this has been the squad. This has been Yanks Talk Ball, but we'll talk to you all soon. Peace.